Welcome to Undisputed, live from Los Angeles. I'm Jen Hale. You're alongside the one and only Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning, guys.
Got my black on today.
Ready for battle.
Got black on today.
It looks great.
It ain't on no
green.
green. You know what this suit is.
Huh?
Yeah, you thought you had a monopoly on the black suit.
Somebody is obsessed with their apparel on a daily basis, and I don't get it because it doesn't matter what I wear. It matters what I say and what I do to you as I'm about to do you in.
They call me the pallbearer.
Do they?
I come to take you to
Really?
your place. Yeah.
I don't think they call. You know what I call you? I call you Flopadamus. That's what I call you, Flopadamus. And we're going to see if you're going to flip flop right now,
baby.
We got two people ready for Game 3 tonight. That's for sure. On today's show is Anthony Davis coming here to L.A.
What?
Plus, Kevin Durant. Should he avoid New York? But hey, let's start with the finals in Game 3 because these guys are ready to go. The Raptors and Warriors all tied up with that big Game 3 tonight at Oracle. Golden State a 4.5-point favorite, but yes, they are wrestling with major injury issues. KD officially out for tonight's game, but Steve Kerr says he's, quote, ramping up his exercise routines. Meanwhile, Klay Thompson strained that hamstring in Game 2. His status now for tonight, up in the air. Take a listen to Klay yesterday.
Obviously, I'll do anything I can to be out there, but it's all in their hands, and if there's any pain, it would be a no-go just because of the position we're in. You know, this could be a longer series, so there's no point in trying to go out there and re-aggravate it and potentially keep myself out of the whole entire finals instead of just one game. So, like I said, it'll be a game-time decision, but I really want to be out there.
Klay, so important on both sides of the court for the Warriors.
Yep.
How do you see this one shaking out, Shannon?
I didn't like what I heard. I didn't like what I hear. Skip. I'm not liking what I'm hearing.
Maybe he's gamesmanshiping you.
Maybe
he's
he is
playing with you.
You know what? I'm going to take the Warriors. I believe Klay will play, and if he plays, I believe he'll play well. The crowd is going to be unbelievable tonight. This is the first time they've been home in a very long time. That crowd's going to be amped. 1-1 series. They know they can put themselves in a very advantageous situation here. So I'm going to take the Warriors.
But you didn't like what you just heard.
I didn't.
Okay, so you're going to take the Warriors, and you think there's going to be no Klay?
No. I believe he'll play.
Okay.
I do believe Klay will play. I believe that, you know, he says that if I feel any pain, and I get it, Skip. This could be a 6-7 game series, and you don't want to have any setback.
You do not.
You have a setback, you're done for this series. He knows that, and I think the Warriors understand that. I think being tied gives them a situation, Skip. Okay, at worst case scenario, it'll be 2-1, and then we'll get a healthy Klay back on Friday if that was going to be the case. But I believe he'll play. Believe he'll play well. Draymond Green is playing unbelievable. He's averaging almost a triple-double in this series. Boogie Cousins played really well coming off that game 1 in which he only played 8 minutes, didn't show a whole lot, but he showed the old Boogie. He's rounding into shape. I'm not concerned with Boogie, Skip, from game 2 to 3. I'm more concerned 3 to 4 because there's only one day in between now.
Good point.
Moving forward.
Yep.
But I believe he's well rested. I believe he'll play well. Steph played really well game 1. He didn't play as well as people think in game 2, considering he had a stretch. Remember, Skip, with like 3.5 minutes left in the half, he had like 7 points. And then all of a sudden he goes boom, 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 boom. And the next thing you know, he ends the half, he has 16 points. But he only scored 7 points in the second half, and he got all those in the third quarter. Didn't even score a point, didn't even attempt a shot in the fourth quarter. But I'm going to take these guys at home because one of the main reasons I'm going to is because I don't know what I'm going to get from anybody other than Kawhi. I've been very disappointed in Kyle Lowry, Skip. He's been a disappointment in the NBA Finals. I don't know. Siakam, you thought he was the best player on the team. He showed you clearly he isn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he showed you.
What about game 1?
Yeah, hold on. They played 2 games.
Well, number 2, he disappeared in game 2.
No, he did not.
Yeah, he did.
Skip, stop that.
Yeah.
Stop.
Well, he
it's
just
not
did.
First of all, I didn't ask you anything. You interrupted
just
me.
have to clarify.
I don't want you to clarify.
The misrepresentations that you try to foist on the public
How about
watching this show.
When it's your turn to speak, you can make any necessary corrections you like.
Okay.
But anyway, Kawhi's really the only guy that I trust, and even though he hasn't shot the ball particularly well from the field, he's finding a way to score his points by getting to the free throw line, being really, really aggressive. Now, if he can just get a few of those shots to drop and still play with the aggressiveness of taking the ball to the basket, I like this. He shot 28 free throws in the past 2 games, made 26 of those. So that's where I'm going. I'm going to take the Warriors because I don't know what I'm going to get from anybody other than Kawhi, and I believe Klay will play, and I believe he'll play well. But if he doesn't, Skip, I reserve the right.
Oh, wait, we just put a big asterisk beside the prediction.
Let me write
that. We got reserved the right to flip or flop.
Oh, well, hold on.
Is it flip or flop?
But what if we get breaking news that Klay's out sometime during the show? Do I get the right to change my... If we get breaking news that Klay Thompson will not play tonight, can I change my pick? Yes or no?
No.
That's a shame, Skip. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I'm not ashamed of myself because I'm going to say this again. On Monday, I picked the Raptors.
Yes.
And I'm going to say Toronto will win Game 3 at Oakland with or without Klay Thompson. I'll be on the record. I'm going to go one way or the other. I'm sticking, Klay or no Klay, it doesn't bother me one way or the other, with or without.
It bothers me.
Okay.
So if we get breaking news, if Healy comes to my ear, Klay is going to be out, I reserve the right to change my pick.
Well, it is interesting because the point spread fluctuations have actually mirrored.
Crazy.
Huh?
They've been crazy.
They've mirrored your flip-flopping opinions, actually. It's going back and forth. Because it opened at 5, and it got bet up to 5.5, then up to 6, then down to 5.5, down to 5, down to 4.5, up to 5, and back to now settling at 4.5. Still too many points. I still got Toronto. I said it Monday. I'm sticking with it. And again, if we could, I'm going to try to reassure you about Klay because I think he will try to go tonight because it's just his nature. And if we could see the video from yesterday of him shooting the basketball, if we could just lay eyes on this, okay, that looked pretty good right there, right? That looked like he stepped into that 3, and there's a jumper. He jumped off that hamstring, right? I'm not saying he cut hard off the hamstring, but he jumped.
I don't think he's going to step on the gas until he absolutely has to.
All right, but that looked better than I thought it would look.
So, yes.
On the day.
Considering when he walked off the court.
That is correct, because he dragged that leg off the court. Okay, so I do want to make the point before I go into why I'm making my prediction that Klay Thompson is the flip side of number 2. He is the guy. Of all the players we ever talk about on this show, he is the one guy who does not get enough credit for playing through any and everything.
Right.
Remember what happened a year ago, Game 1 of the finals? He badly turned his ankle to the point that he was beyond questionable for Game 2. What did he do? He sucked it up, gutted it out, and played Game 2. He played 34 minutes and scored 20 points in Game 2. I was like, wow. But did he give credit? Get a lot of credit for it? No, he didn't get any credit for it.
He ain't tough enough.
Okay, so number two is not tough at all.
Yes, he is very
because
tough.
He's injured every night. There's always a question: can he go or not go?
He's
what is it
seriously
tonight?
injured.
Okay.
You make it seem like it's just nagging bumps and bruises.
Yeah. Well, this guy's got a serious hamstring. If his hamstring is at all, they said it was strained via MRI, right?
Correct.
So to me, if it's got a spasm in it or who knows? That is debilitating. That is can't go.
Right.
Knee tendonitis, you can just tough it out. And the point is, they're all hurt at this stage. They all got, Steph's got stuff, Iggy's got a whole bunch of stuff going on, right?
Yes.
Okay. So to me, I want you to think about what's happened the last 5 games with the team you just picked to win Game 3. The last 5 games of these playoffs, the Golden State Warriors have trailed by 17, 18, and 17 in the last 3 games against Portland. They trailed at Toronto by 12 in Game 1 and 12 in Game 2. Those are big double-digit deficits, right? And yet, they flurried back to win 4 of those 5 games.
Right.
But it's still a bad sign that you fall that far behind in 5 straight games. And you know why they fell behind? Because they are running on empty.
Oh, they're on fumes.
They are on psychological fumes because they are battling through the wear and tear of a 5th straight NBA Finals. They have played 5 straight years, the deepest you can play into the NBA schedule, and it's wearing them all out mentally and physically, right? Okay, so now let's look at what's happened at home. Even with KD, with KD at home in the regular season, what's happened? They lost 6 games at Oracle by 20+. They lost 2 by 30+. And with Kevin Durant against the Clippers in round 1 of these playoffs, they lost 2 home games. And in one, they blew a 31-point lead to lose to those Clippers. Okay, so that's how shaky they've been at Oracle. Those are all bad signs, which lead to tonight. So the point is, Toronto can't feel too awful about what happened in Game 2. They cut the deficit all the way to 2 points. They didn't get blown